Hi my friends, welcome to channel English Professionally, and I prepared 2000 English sentences especially for you, so it's a very intensive English speaking and grammar practice, right? So for more progress, you can listen and repeat, okay? Good. So, the day is rainy. Why are these rules so important? He is interested in it. We need more control. How is the party? Is it your decision? She is very poor. This method is very simple. When do you go to work? What does this word mean? What do you mean? Who criticizes him? He is your husband. I like this channel. Are you ready? Who do you usually see there? I want to speak English better. I like studying abroad. That thing doesn't cost much. This thing costs a lot. He tries to find more time for English. The day is windy. This clinic isn't so good. Where is this place? Is your mother at school? We always finish it on time. My boss usually says it. She has a cat. His parents are abroad now. Native speakers don't speak English slowly. They speak very fast. She'd like to go to another place. I like the simplicity of these videos. I really need you. It usually happens in spring. I may do it or I might do it. Do the students speak English correctly? Do you often go to the gym? I don't want to say it. It's such a useful video. How often do you listen to the radio? It's a very simple method. Does his father do business? How do you find this idea? Is she beautiful? I need this information. She tries to learn English. I study there. You know English like an educated native speaker. All these videos are very useful. They show brilliant results. What does she try to do? How much are these jeans? He is a poor person. Is it his version? I want it. It's so boring. She often visits her grandmother. I like this question. She goes to school with great pleasure. This problem is very big. What worries you more? When do those things happen? Is he a lazy boy? I need to finish it as soon as possible. All people do it. It's a boring book. She's a teacher. Why is he at work now? He'd like to become a doctor. He wants to become a musician. Do your friends agree with you? Who is wrong? Who isn't right? It's a warm day. It's a very hot day. What books do you read? I'm happy. Do all students know the meaning of this phrase? It doesn't seem useful. It isn't a very high level. I can improve my English here. You are a good teacher. I have such interesting ideas. It's so bad. Is this information really important? How old is your sister? These things attract them. Who is at home? I enjoy foreign languages. or I am fond of foreign languages. I want to speak English correctly. He is a manager. Where do you live? This is my flat, or this is my apartment. It's a cold day. Do you need help? It motivates us. I usually get up at 7 o'clock in the morning. You're a good person. Who is there? I need to speak English correctly. It isn't a joke. What stimulates him? Is it warm here? Does it really help you? I want to improve my grammar. What's in your bag? I share their point of view. She lives in that place. All your ideas seem very interesting. His result is so bad. It's a waste of money. The lesson is useful. Is it a very easy lesson? Do I make mistakes? Is he talented? Who checks all this information? How often do you use the internet? It isn't the same. She sometimes goes to the cinema. What works so well? Is this thing better? How much is this book? Are the computers old? She misses you. I need to learn English. It's the same place. What seems inconvenient? Is there? How regularly do your teachers tell you these things? It may change his opinion. We see it in the next sentence. Is this woman very wise? Who are these people? So we need a question mark here. It may be right. It isn't a high level. It may happen. I work. My brother wants it. We believe in God. Is it such an effective method? Is this word new for you? I speak English. Is it so ineffective? It's a big success. He doesn't believe you. You're so kind. Who are those people? The question is simple. It's so bad. I'd like to drink a cup of tea. I want to go to another place. I know this word. It's a useful lesson. I enjoy this channel. Or I'm fond of this channel. His wife doesn't go shopping so often. We see you like it. How old are you? Who wants to live abroad? What kind of books do you read? Is it a simple exercise? He tries to do it. This lesson is very useful. It's an informative lesson. Where are the children? Why does it look strange? Do you need to do it next year? Is it his point of view? Where are you? I enjoy this channel. I'm fond of this channel. He is such a rude man. It's a simple test. Does his brother behave strangely? The conference is very boring. I feel it. I really like the simplicity of this method. Your mother needs to work less. We want to know English. Does your teacher see it? His wife is very wise. Does this teacher explain everything very well? You aren't right. You are wrong. It's so important. This is my house. Do you agree with me? He must understand it. He's such a tall boy. Are you satisfied with your result? She tries to understand it. He is so rude. Is it expensive? I don't want to think about it. What's your name? It's a very big mistake. It isn't such an important meeting. How do you usually celebrate your birthday? How often do you visit this place? He likes this dress. It seems useless. Is his computer new? I don't want to live in this country. What do your friends usually order? What channels are popular nowadays? Why do your friends disagree with you? You're so clever. The test is easy. I think you need to work less. I like your channel a lot. They go to school. Who is at work? It's the best course. What advice do your teachers give you? This is my car. What's really important? Is this test too easy? I need it. It's the best example. She wants to do it. It's an easy exercise. Are they lucky? Is she tight? Why are you against it? Does this result motivate you? Why does it happen again and again? You know all the truth. It's such a difficult exam. He is interested in it. He reads in English. He's so talented. Is this text simple? Is the song very popular? Who checks everything? Their idea is very interesting. Do they support us? I like traveling. I want to go there one more time. We see it in the first example. It doesn't help me. Are they tight? Is the channel really good? Who are tourists? We aren't tight. Does she often use it? I'm fine, thanks. What seems important? It's easy. How is the test? How regularly do you practice English? Do you need to finish it by next week? I want to train my memory. Does it seem boring? Your results are excellent. It's a very ineffective method. I don't want to live in that city. It's a very bad method. Is it obvious? Is it so effective? It isn't a low level. How good is the lesson? Is this level enough? I like your decision. I want much more practice. Are we right? I'd like to understand native speakers. I do it with great pleasure. Does he want to work in another place? I want to speak English without mistakes. This lesson helps me. What's her name? How is this test? He needs to change his life. Does he ignore her words? It depends on our boss. Do your parents like classical music? What's your brother's name? You're the best teacher in the world. Is it his own flat? She is his wife. It doesn't stimulate them. We perfectly realize it. What advice does she give you? You're a happy person. I have a computer. The computer is very powerful. My birthday isn't today. It's tomorrow. She wants to do it right now. Is it an excellent result? What frightens you more? She is such a kind woman. It's the longest river in the world. Are they lazy? I want to speak English fast and correctly. This level isn't elementary. He isn't sure. You're right. The article isn't about politics. Are we in the wrong place? We're at home. Is he abroad? It frightens me. He goes to work. It's our last chance. It isn't their brand. I need to do it as soon as possible. How often do you think about it? She needs your advice. It's such an easy lesson. I need to speak English without mistakes. Is she the best student? Is the bag expensive? These lessons are really good. Why is this channel so popular? What's strange? How much is the book? He needs to find a good job. I really like this channel. My memory is bad. It attracts him. It doesn't interest me at all. He often complains about it. But does your father work? I think so. You speak English very well. I think you need to work more. Do you need my advice? When is she at home? They aren't tourists. It's obvious. I don't like this restaurant. I perfectly realize it. Is she a poor woman? What kind of videos do you prefer to watch? It usually happens in winter. This is my girlfriend. Are you here? What seems strange? Is it a formal answer? Is it a formal reply? It's so cheap. What worries you? We're near. He teaches English. What time is it? Or what's the time? How effective are the lessons? We speak English. It's a very good decision. He prefers the strategy. What's in the box? Why does she refuse to pay? Do you believe in God? What advice do your friends give you? Money isn't important. How easy is it? How much is the dress? What's your job? Is it a famous university? I control the situation. It's too cold. It's your best choice. I'm not married. I'm single. The meaning of this phrase isn't clear for me. He tries to find a good job. I want to be happy. Do they see their mistakes? I like this method. I have a car. I don't like it. He isn't a professional teacher. She speaks English very well. Knowledge is important. How do you find this place? It's an important detail. I'm not a student. I work. I'd like to talk about this problem. How effective is the lesson? It's an interesting offer. He is a tall man. It's on the left. I learn English to find a better job. Does this lesson seem useful? Is your father at work? Is he married? I'm not satisfied with this result. What motivates you more? Does this information seem useless? I have such big plans. Do these things seem unimportant? What do you need to do? I don't know this person. They're my friends. I'd like to visit this place. Is the problem big? Where is the goal? They're very rude. Are your friends online? What do you want to add? He's a doctor. It's necessary to know these words. Is our teacher right? It's the same house. This is my room. My results are excellent. Who supports you? It's such an effective lesson. Does this exam seem very difficult? Who does she love? She can speak Spanish. What does he remember? He works very hard. I need to solve these problems. It's such a boring story. I need to improve my English. She has interesting ideas. It's comfortable for me. What books does she prefer to read? Do you want more practice? This subject isn't easy at all. I really need to know it. These lessons are very useful. She prefers coffee. It isn't a very bad situation. It's too easy. Love is a wonderful feeling. Does your father need it? Is it such a big problem? How does he get home? This information is really useful. She is here. It's very surprising. Is she in her room? His girlfriend is 19. She's my girlfriend. It's on the floor. I like this thing. Is she from Italy? I don't like this photo. It's bad. They aren't my colleagues. Is money important? It isn't a very good decision. She is an expert in this area. I need to finish this project by next month. Does their boss know all the truth? She wants more practice. She always does it on time. I don't agree with you. I understand everything. Are the boys at school? I tried to change it. His result is brilliant. Who does it worry? It isn't a bad situation. Are the articles in Russian? I need this information now. He isn't my colleague. He's my boyfriend. Are they at work? These lessons are so effective. Our manager is very professional. Is it hot here? She sometimes cries. I admire you. How often do you go to the gym? It's the same sentence. It's so interesting. Does she ignore it sometimes? I need to speak English without any mistakes at all. Does she need more support? What's his name? It's the best playlist. How do you get to this place? It's such an important meeting. Is your sister alone now? These lessons seem very useful. I'm full of ideas. This man is very rich. Why is this problem so big? What isn't so, or what isn't right? What does he refuse to do? I like this channel. How regularly do you speak English? I really want to speak English fluently. Is it such an ineffective method? Does he often watch TV? I don't want to tell you about this problem. How difficult is this exercise? I like English. Do all the students know the meaning of this word? Why is that method so ineffective? I enjoy sport. I am fond of sport. She always does it with great pleasure. Who does he support? This mistake is very big. It's a very useful lesson. I'm not a manager. I'm a teacher. I have a wife. Do you have free time? I have a good teacher. Who is that woman? My parents know it. What do you see in the photo? What does she want to add? It's so difficult. What kind of computer games do they play? He often plays computer games. How old is he? Who is next? I don't like this salad. I want to learn English step by step. They are lazy. Are we in the right place? She feels happy. I often listen to the radio. He understands you very well. You know English like a native speaker. It doesn't inspire me. Why is the student there? Is she lucky? Does the student show brilliant results? Why does he refuse to do it? Chinese is very difficult. This behavior is immoral. I want to thank you for your advice. Is she poor? The answer is correct, or the answer is right. Is the article about politics? Do we show better results? It's an easy lesson. Is it the best decision? That offer seems strange. I prefer to train regularly. Are the problems big? I want to practice English now. My progress is so big. How does it help you? It's easy. My friend wants to check it one more time. How many English words do you want to know? Or how many English words do you know? Is this time convenient? It isn't an easy lesson. It helps me. Why does he complain so often? I'm fond of this channel. I need to prepare for this exam. I really need English. This channel is more interesting. I want to know English much better. I live in this country. It's a low level. Do we show good results? I like living abroad. Is your father a journalist? This time seems convenient. I must know it. Is the project so interesting? I understand. I'd like to add it. Your daughter is in the park. What time does he come to work? Is the cat in that room? Who do you admire? She is sure. My parents are so happy. Is the result excellent? She feels happy. Is this boy his elder brother? They aren't together. He isn't with them. She likes this place. He doesn't want to read these books. He wants to read those books. You know each other. Is it a successful project? He doesn't know it. We think so. Their managers are very professional. Is this practice really useful? Does he want to live abroad? Who corrects your mistakes? He is such a clever boy. What problem do you have? It isn't such a difficult exercise. I'm not tired. I really like this channel. All these lessons are free. I'm sure it's the best channel in the world, because these video lessons really help. Do you support him? This time is convenient. I need to study harder. It isn't on the left. It's a very important thing. My friend needs your advice right now. Does your friend like this idea? It's good. He's so smart. It's your chance. Is it your final decision? What attracts him there? Why does it attract you? It inspires me. I need to train my memory. Are they far? I need to say it. She isn't fat. She must understand it. He checks all the information. It's such an expensive car. I enjoy watching this channel. I'm fond of the channel thanks to such informative and useful videos. What is it? His behavior is immoral. What's in the box? Are the videos funny? We see it in the third sentence. Is this computer powerful? How important is it for you? Is that article about politics? It's about other things. It's an interesting idea. I am fond of this channel thanks to you. Who does it motivate? I try to adapt to these conditions. Who is he? He often laughs at it. It's an expensive thing. Is his mother a doctor? My girlfriend is 21. It's necessary. It isn't his profession. I hate it. Why are these exercises so difficult? It's a waste of time. What lessons does the teacher find really useful? He often goes to the cinema. Is it such an important detail? The car is very good. My mother comes home earlier. It isn't rainy, it's sunny. How often do you watch TV? It's very easy. They do business. This is my husband. He has a house. How regularly does your boss check it? It's very easy. Is this knowledge enough? He is a student. The day is hot. What's wrong? It's warm. I enjoy learning English. This method doesn't seem new. They go to work. Is the information useful? It's a very good result. Does the student make mistakes? Where does she go in summer? She lives in that city. It's difficult. Does he live there? Is it his point of view? Do you need more money? Do they do business? How's the movie? Who is in the first place? He is fond of traveling. I see everything. How long does it take you to get to this place? Love is a wonderful feeling. Do you want to study better? Does this method really seem new? I usually come home at 8 o'clock in the evening. It isn't so bad. How much is the computer? I want to buy it. The song is so popular. The keys aren't on the table. I really want to know it. This is a computer. I enjoy English. Is the airport near? Is this information enough? The boy is very clever. It's so cheap. What's your wife's job? It's the most interesting channel. The price isn't high. It's very low. I'm fond of the channel thanks to such a positive atmosphere. I'm divorced. She'd like to become a teacher. I'm fond of the channel thanks to our community. What's your sister's name? The day is cold. She isn't in the kitchen. I hope you remember it. Is this rule important? Do you like this dress? I like cooking. She is sad. Do you know about this problem? It depends on her. Is it effective? This test seems very easy. I need to do it by tomorrow. Why is he angry? She watches TV. We don't understand it. She is beautiful. His salary isn't so high. It's low. She's my teacher. How much money does she pay? We see it in the next example. Do you often do it? Are we near this place? It really happens. What does he try to do to change this situation or the situation? Why does your mother think so? He is so strange. Which channel is more popular? We like it. When are you free? You are a very good teacher. I live in this city. I need much more practice. What English books does he have? It depends on him. Is it on the right? When does your father leave home? Money is important. How does he support you? Who usually checks it? I like your lessons. Is the news important? How do you usually prepare for your exams? I don't want to drink. She is so clever. Is he a successful businessman? Is it an effective method? Do you often call him? The woman is very poor. They're at work. I'm so happy. Does it look strange? How often do these things happen? Is this test so simple? Is the book boring? It's necessary to remember it. His wife has a strange feeling. What does he try to do to change it? I'd like to thank our teacher for everything. That woman is a designer. Is it an interesting newspaper? Is it her own house? He isn't so hard-working. How does she get home? I want to have a good car. She'd like to learn English fast. She doesn't work there. She works here. What time is it now? What's the time now? He is a very poor person. Is it a very big success? My father leaves home very early. Is the article in English? Is it impossible? I see. He really likes it. I share your point of view. Why are the students there? How much is it? How difficult are these exercises? This channel is more interesting. What music do you prefer? This student is so hard-working. Is this payment enough? I need to save this document. He learns English very slowly. It's so easy. We don't want to live in another place. Do you remember it? The exam is difficult. He has a dog. She is too pessimistic. She sees this mistake. How regularly do you check it? Some people say it. They are rich. He'd like to become a manager. I know she'd like to become a designer. I enjoy this playlist. How much are these trousers? It's loud. Do you remember everything? Why does he always complain about it? His behavior is very strange. He has money. He is the best teacher in the world. This time is inconvenient for me. My English is better. She doesn't believe in God. Is the result very good? She is a beautiful girl. It's on the right. She is such a beautiful girl. I must learn English. How much is this car? How much does this car cost? These men are managers. I prefer tea. Is she in Italy now? I'd like to communicate with people from other countries. I really like it. Do you remember this rule? What do you think about it? We perfectly understand you. It's so effective. I like this subject. What does he need to change? It's my dream. He wants to attack them. I remember it very well. How often do you go to the zoo? Is it a global problem? I'd like to drink a cup of coffee. He doesn't have this information. Is the hotel expensive? It's such an easy exercise. I enjoy it. Who stimulates them? The students are ready. It's an important factor. Does he ignore everything? I'd like to thank you for everything. Does your sister live alone? I can do it. Are you sure? It's an unimportant detail. How much is his computer? I live in this city. I like it. Is he the best student? It isn't surprising. Does this time seem convenient? How long does it take his daughter to get to school? The pen isn't on my desk. It's too loud here. My English is better and better. My friend and I live there in winter. I usually get up earlier. These lessons really help. His wife is 37. Do these students show excellent results? How does your brother control it? He realizes it. She is a very beautiful girl. Is it on the left? How do you spend your free time? The women are there. The men are in this room. How do you usually get to that place? It's a good manner. We need it. They don't live separately. I'm not tired at all. Is it a powerful computer? He's my friend. Who loves her? I am fond of this channel. How do you find the lessons? Is that information really useful? She really remembers it. This project is a big success. Are these exercises so useful? She usually finishes it on time. I need to speak English fluently. It's a good result. You know it. Where is this place? How useful is it? It's necessary to remember it. My sister studies there. Is it a special offer? Is their father a businessman? I go to work. He goes to school with great pleasure. Why are these exercises so difficult? They don't do business. My friend wants to live abroad. Does it sometimes happen? She is really tight. This time is inconvenient for me at all. How does he spend his free time? What does your boss usually answer? I like this strategy. How interesting is the magazine? His lessons seem very useful. I don't need to write it down. It's such an interesting story. The men are very rude. I have a teacher. Is he right? Are you satisfied with your results? I don't understand these people. It's worse. What's your girlfriend's name? I'm afraid it's too difficult. Does he pay for it? It's a very informative lesson. Is the idea brilliant? It's such a big problem. I don't want to do it right now. I am fond of this channel. Is it so bad? It doesn't interest him. It's easy. The story is so funny. She'd like to drink a cup of tea. How interesting is it? I must answer this question. I'm not at home. I'm at work. She isn't a singer. She is an actress. Her boyfriend is 22. I'm free. Is he Spanish? Is this boy his younger brother? Does this channel seem very interesting? I'd like a cup of coffee. How old is his son? How long does it take him to get to that place? What's his job? Is this test too difficult? He does it every day. How many friends do you have? It isn't warm, it's cold. What's your father's job? They're poor. This company is very rich. My boss always says it. It seems interesting. I understand you very well. The boys are at home. I do these exercises to speak English without any mistakes at all. Why is your boss right? We want much more practice. Why do you think so? Which video do you admire more? I usually go there in the afternoon. She is beautiful. You are a very happy person. It's a brilliant result. Is this method really ineffective? What English books do you read? We don't trust him. It's such a bad situation. My friends really like it. Do you agree with them? She perfectly understands it. It usually happens in summer. How is this playlist? I practice English every day. Is this business profitable? I want to go abroad. Is he tight? She is keen on reading. The boy is at school. Is this university very famous? It depends on us. What's in the photo? I want to thank you. She likes classical music. I love you. How long does it take her to get to this place? Are they from Spain? I don't want to tell you this thing. He isn't in America. It isn't in the first place for me. Do you really like this idea? My friend likes this hotel. I need money. Are all these exercises very difficult? He isn't poor. He is very rich. It's so easy. It usually happens on time. He doesn't want to try to find a good job. The sound is too loud. I disagree with you. Who motivates you? She watches different movies. She doesn't want to discuss it. He isn't Russian. He wants more practice. Is it a brilliant result? Is it a very big problem? His behavior seems really strange. It isn't boring. Is the food tasty? I love you very much. I don't want to play computer games. What does she tell him? I don't like this color. I'm free. I'm 32. It's the same video. Does he often speak English? I really like watching these video lessons. It's so light. Are we hard-working? It isn't the best decision for us. Is the meeting so important? Is this decision better? My father does business. It's a very interesting detail. It's such a difficult situation. This answer is informal. Do parents understand it? How does she train her memory? Her mother is in the kitchen. I like this color. Is the channel very popular? I work here. What do you want to say? It's too cheap. It's a very expensive thing. You help me. This woman isn't so wise. Our teacher is right. She is divorced. She wants to live in another place. It's his last chance. Is the dog in this room? Who goes to work? This video is longer. This chair isn't comfortable. I'd like to practice English. What really helps you? Is the hotel so expensive? Is it windy? Are his parents abroad? How much free time do you have? Is it worse? My parents want to live in another place. It's such a cheap thing. He is single. They are unsuccessful. I'm not satisfied with this decision. He also knows it. It looks interesting. Does she cook well? These problems are small. What drinks does she prefer? We are friends. Is this language difficult? Her boyfriend is 18. Do we have enough knowledge? She feels tight. This video is much longer. It's necessary to learn these words. Does he hate it? Time is money. Does this person seem very good? Is he young? How regularly do you learn English? Do they support this decision? I want to go there again. It's impossible. We are so happy. I work there. We are full of optimism. Am I right? Is the food good? Why does it interest him? I don't want to discuss it. Is it a good answer? My friend is sure. Is my experience enough? How difficult is the test? My brother is ready. Is your friend at the airport? We live in this country. I want to go there one more time. She works very hard. I have a brother. We aren't tired at all. It isn't obvious. Does it worry you? It's such an interesting question. How long does it take your friend to get there? We see it in the second sentence. I see you really like English. They want to solve all these problems right now. He is such a professional teacher. Do you need to finish it by next year? She teaches it. The meaning of the sentence isn't clear for me. I'd like to thank you for your help. It's a very interesting offer. Is he a rich man? Who usually calls you? I need to call my boss. Is knowledge power? It's necessary to check it. This method is new. He's such a poor boy. She isn't with him. She is with her. She likes it. How much is this dress? I need your advice. This offer looks interesting. It's such an expensive car. I have a very good teacher. He really thinks so. He isn't old. He's very young. What's next? Your help is very important. We aren't sad, we are happy. Does she need to come there? Does she want to go abroad? Is he from Russia? How much money do you have with you? I should go to the gym. Does he compete with them? Does she really like it? Does he always pay for her? How regularly does he do these exercises? We aren't crazy. My brother is in the bathroom. English is easy. I'd like a cup of tea. Do you support this decision? These problems don't worry me. This channel is much more interesting. It isn't a difficult rule. What's in your pocket? Are the women at home? Does this information seem unimportant? That method seems useless. Why is this rule so important? What channels does he usually watch? My partner needs to solve this problem. What's his name? My sister lives there. Are you friends? I'm fond of this channel thanks to our teacher. Do you go to school? Where is your wife? What's interesting? She often cries. Where do you usually go in winter? Who is that person? I should have more practice. Is it dangerous? Is the computer old? It's good. She helps me. What's your husband's job? He always promises it. You don't know each other. How expensive is this house? Is his decision right? I'm ready. This boy is very lazy. Why is this video so interesting? It's a bad result. I really need it. He is very rich. Is it in your own flat? It's such an interesting place. I'm at home. I go to school. It's really immoral. This word is new for me. How interesting is the offer? He needs it. Is she his girlfriend? This armchair isn't comfortable. She is also here. Is he a director? All your videos are so interesting. It's immoral. My father comes home late. You need to remember it. They're in the bank. She usually speaks only English. I like to get up early. My parents want to do it. You don't try to learn English. We see it in the last example. How do you usually have a rest in summer? He tries to help me. Do you need to finish it by next month? She reads in English. My friend and I live there in summer. This place attracts us. The food is very tasty. I don't want to know it. It isn't the best course. I like this course more. Am I in the right place? I want it. What's the best channel in the world? Why do parents disagree with you? This thing seems unimportant. What seems useless? My sister doesn't communicate with him. I want a new computer. How much free time does your business partner have? His father has a car. Where is your husband? This boy is very clever. Do you often listen to music? This illness isn't serious. Are the computers new? I want to know it. You need to adapt to these conditions. I'd like to talk about it. She goes to school. I do these exercises regularly. She wants to see you right now. I have an idea. How many dollars does he have? It's a high level. You must understand it. I can do it right now. I should learn English more intensely. I know it very well. The questions are so easy. He knows more. Do you need to finish it by tomorrow? Who is in the room? All people know it. Some people think so, but I have another opinion. Is she tired? How is the channel? How long does it take his son to get to work? Where is your car? It depends on them. She does those exercises regularly. I'm not married. She's a very good doctor. She perfectly realizes it. Is it a very useful video? I do business. I don't know it. He also remembers it. How do you get there? Do you want to improve your results? The students want to write it down. The rule is very important. My mother is at work. It's a very easy exercise. It's a big mistake. Is your father a designer? They aren't together. Where is he now? How often do you go there? She doesn't remember it. How long does it take you to get to work? Where is the nearest supermarket? He is a rich person. It interests him. Where is she now? I want this dress. We live here. All these details are very important. I see you need to learn English much harder. She is such a wise woman. Who is right? What's the problem? Do they agree with us? It's too boring. Is it a good idea? I feel happy. I really like this playlist. Your brother often says it. It's cheap. They are our friends. He sometimes wants to do it. They often laugh at it. This is my wife. Does it interest him? I need to solve that problem. This student shows brilliant results. The children are in the park. I see it. When does it happen? It's so difficult. My friend has a car. The car is new. She is very slim. They like it. I really admire this person. We see it in the first sentence. How does he really solve these problems? When do you feel happy? Is this singer popular? I don't train there regularly. I don't want to study there. How does she test their knowledge? I really like learning English with you. My brother tries to do it. They often laugh at her. His level is very high. He'd like to order it online. I don't like this cake. Is the boy at home? My mistakes are small. It really helps me. It isn't near, it's very far. Do you like this park? I need to tell you this thing. He doesn't have a car. Are you really sure? Are you really tired? She is slim. She isn't here. She is there. How regularly do you visit this place? Does he look for a job? I can speak English. Is the computer new? Why are you so happy? You don't need to correct it. His father needs money. He isn't fat. Who supports you? He misses you. Do you agree with him? Who does he criticize? His father is a very successful businessman. They know everything. It's the best channel. I like this channel too. Where do they spend time together? Why do you agree with him? We understand you. Where do you go? This video is very informative. How much is one English lesson? How effective are the lessons? She also thinks so. This method seems new. It attracts me. What's your mother's job? I also like this channel. I'd like to go abroad. It's a useless video. Is it a good result? Where does he live? I want to know English better. Is she married? I think money is important. Do you agree with her? Do you support me? He is sure. I enjoy this channel. It doesn't seem strange. Where is he? She wants more. I'm serious. Why do you want to visit this place? I need to see her. You aren't optimistic. Is his behavior unusual? Do you have enough money? You need it. They often laugh at it. It's a very bad decision. It happens. What time does she leave home? Why does this idea seem so interesting? Does he often hear it? It's rainy. Why do they depend on you? Does he hate this thing? I need to check it. He needs to adapt to these conditions. It's so useful. The man is very rude. How old is she? I want to have a good job. It's an important thing. How often do these things happen? We are in the same place. She has a car. It's necessary to do it now. Why does your friend want to look for a new job? We aren't angry. We are very kind. He isn't ill. Who knows it? He is poor. He wants to buy this thing. He doesn't try to find a good job. It usually happens in autumn. I want more practice. Who is she? These words are new for me. What's your best friend's name? Does it seem interesting? It's such an easy test. Is he her boss? Why do you depend on him? I want to improve my English. Is the food very tasty? He is at school. It's very important. It's so simple. These lessons help me. It isn't clear for me. Is it the best channel? Why are those lessons so ineffective? I'm not satisfied with these results at all. She often cries. You work very hard. Who is with you? This place is very beautiful. Does she need to call him? How much are these trousers? It's too difficult. I do it to know English better. Is it a very important detail? He has a company. Its profit is so big. What do you like here? I want this computer. Other man at work. I really like doing it. Who do you support? What's your sister's name? What's your job? Are you tired? Does she teach English? Is the game boring? Is it a big problem? Who is a tourist? Do you like it? It's a very big success. It's a very easy lesson. He feels happy. I like this playlist. How important is it? Was there? He sees that mistake. I need to do it this year. What videos do you admire more? It's important. This level isn't elementary. Is your boyfriend 22? It's a small mistake. This book is really boring. Where does she usually go? I need to finish this project by next year. He's a young man. I'm interested in it. He'd like to write it down. What channels does he watch? These students show brilliant results. The girl is very tall. How does your sister feel? She needs to correct these mistakes. It's a good idea. Your lessons really help. How do you get to work? How much is this pair of trousers? Our mother thinks the same. You're right. He needs to be more polite. It isn't so. He's a businessman. What's your name? I want to have an advanced level in English. I'm so happy. It's so far. The playlist is so informative. It isn't worse. How long does it take you to get to school? It's too hot. Who do you know? I'm lazy. This channel is really good. Why do you like this channel? The girl is so hardworking. I know they like it. He is a professional teacher. They aren't in Russia now. It's interesting. He sometimes plays computer games. He wants more. It's simple. How's this test? My friend is at home. Who is here? I watch these lessons to improve my English. He helps me. He isn't in the city. He is in another place. What helps you? The man I hear. How much is this book? I enjoy speaking English. Those lessons aren't effective. Those lessons are ineffective. She does it very well. I don't like this advertisement. Is it his opinion? Does he often think about it? What's your friend's name? We live in Russia. It's interesting. Do you agree? What's really useful? Does he like it? Do your friends like this channel? This result motivates us. I admire this singer. I perfectly understand you. Am I lucky? Where are our teachers? Does that test seem very easy? I see its simplicity. What does she want to add? I like this idea. He loves you. I like this video. We enjoy this channel. He isn't in the bathroom. I remember it. I like this channel a lot. What seems unimportant? I have a computer. It's very powerful. I found all these lessons really useful. What do you know? The presentation isn't clear. This year is very difficult. I like swimming. What inspires you? Do you try to improve this result? It isn't for this level. Where is our teacher? I can write it down. How often does he test their knowledge? I know it's simple. She realizes it. It's such an effective method. I really want it. I don't like this joke at all. This joke isn't funny at all. He really wants to change his life. It's the best choice. How many mistakes do you have? Are we the best students? I want a good car. My friend and I live there in spring. He needs more money. How old is your mother? It isn't a very big mistake. It's a very high level. It isn't so bad. I hope you understand it. She isn't tired. Is it a funny video? It's very boring. I find these videos very useful. Is it for children? What's here? They don't live together. How is she? It's too expensive. Are you in the library? Who sees these mistakes? This explanation isn't clear. Or this explanation is unclear. It's so easy. Who admires him? Your success is my success. She wants to go to the park. How is it? Does your mother want to tell him all the truth? I like that channel a lot. How often do you go to the zoo? She often goes to the park. He isn't ready. Those women are teachers. The lesson is interesting. My friend and I live there in autumn. Why are you here? Do I understand it correctly? He is a musician. Is time money? This lesson seems interesting. How does she explain it? He is a very rich person. I must do it. You need to change it. Do you work on your mistakes? How many English words does your friend want to know? Money is important too. Does he remember all these rules? We remember it. Who is in the park? He isn't busy. He is free. She is very optimistic. This businessman is very rich. His wife doesn't do the shopping so often. She needs it. They don't want to listen to them. How much does it cost? I'm fond of this channel thanks to my fantastic result. She isn't with us. He thinks so. I really like watching these lessons. She remembers it. What's his best friend's name? My level is advanced. I enjoy doing it. Who is in the second place? She is on holiday. Do we have enough practice? Money is also important. Is it sunny? Are you there? Do you understand me? The food is really tasty. She's a very beautiful girl. It's so easy. It's better. Which channel does he usually watch? Why does it seem right? I know it. This company has money. They need it. How interesting is this magazine? Are these things so important? Is that decision worse? We're in the park. Is his video so funny? What frightens you? What seems so interesting? Does she need to come to that place? We see it in the third example. He really likes traveling. They aren't pessimistic. Who do you usually call? The news is strange. Some people say so. What do you want to do? I need to train my memory more. Do you need to do it this year? I'm not a specialist in this area. That book is much more interesting. Do they live separately? She needs to write it down. Why are her lessons so ineffective? Are they together? She's a tall girl. It's such a simple answer. What looks strange? It isn't her recommendation. Is the lesson useful? Do you often go there? You know that we learn English step by step. It's so good. The ideas seem very interesting. Do all the students know the meaning of this expression? She also works there. He is on a business trip. Do I have enough money? It's a very interesting idea. Does these things seem important? Do you know each other? I have a sister. She is keen on foreign languages. What helps you? What does your boss usually promise? I must write it down. What interests you? When do you have free time? They live together. I don't need to analyze all the data. Is the game interesting? What do they want to tell you? Your words inspire us. What kind of examples does his teacher give? How often does she go to the cinema? I want to speak English fluently and correctly. He lives in this house. It's the best book. I like this advice. How do you usually spend your free time? It's a very useful example. Your husband is in hospital. Is this method new? She'd like to live in another place. They study very hard. This subject is too difficult for me. What motivates you more? Is the idea interesting? Is the book so interesting? Does that lesson seem boring? He's so tall. Is your girlfriend 19? I need to do it by next year. How difficult is it? My boss reads all the documents. Why does your boss criticize it? Does his girlfriend understand it? They often laugh. Why are you so sad? She reads English books. Do you support him? The channel is so informative. They are together. He lives in this country. She explains all these things very well. My boss knows everything. You aren't in the first place. You're in the second place. These things are very important. How much is the dress? Is it cheap? We live in this place. She doesn't feel tired. Is this news interesting? This method isn't new. Is it a problem? We aren't colleagues. It's so important. It's a useless lesson. She always criticizes him. She is very beautiful. Is the article really so interesting? Are those exercises useless? It's in my pocket. It's sunny. It looks strange. Is it cold here? Is this story so funny? They aren't businessmen. They're managers. It's a very low level. Are the problems so big? I need to correct this mistake. His son is in the zoo. Is his father a businessman? What time do you go to bed? How effective is the lesson? Where does he work? Do your friends support you? It isn't a big mistake. How useful is the lesson? Do you often visit this place? My friend doesn't think so. It seems unimportant. Do you need to solve this problem right now? It's dark. Why does it seem useless? We're full of energy. What really helps you? My brother is 16. I should do it. I want this thing. Are these words new for you? Where is the boy? Who controls it? Is that thing really important? Our teacher is very hardworking. It's bad. She's so kind. How regularly does the teacher say it? How is this result? You need to compare these results. Does she tell him everything? What time does your mother come to work? I'm an expert in this area. What kind of movies does she watch? Where is your room? I like to know English very well. I need to prepare for this exam. Do they often talk about it? It's so popular. This thing is very important. It's very interesting. These students are very lazy. I have an unusual feeling. It isn't convenient for me. I need to do it. It's an interesting idea. How do you get home? His mother is 35. I live in Russia. I need this thing. He always promises it. What does she usually say? He is a good manager. They live separately. The news is bad. What's your brother's name? Where is this clinic? When do you have more free time? Does she often listen to radio? I need to adapt to these conditions. You are very kind. We need to solve this problem. I really like this place. I don't like this furniture. How is this exercise? Is the teacher right? He is rude. We aren't stupid. We're clever. We see it in the last sentence. Money is only paper. Is it a big success? How old is your father? Does this channel help you? My friend needs help. He's a very strange person. When is your birthday? What's your husband's name? English is really easy for me. I'm fond of music. Does he like this project? What's your boyfriend's name? She loves you. I'd like to become a businessman. Which drink does she prefer? Tea or coffee? It's natural. It's my final decision. They don't like this picture. She isn't free. She is very busy. He is often busy. When is he at work? Why is it right? How does he prepare for exams? It's a very useful thing. I see you aren't satisfied with your result. The boy is very tall. Your boss is very busy at the moment. They often criticize them. What advice does your teacher give you? I really admire these people. I like doing it. You are a great teacher. He also works here. I need to improve my knowledge. Do these lessons help you? It's cold. Why does he say these things again and again? Does your boyfriend want to go abroad? Are they in another country? The day is sunny. He is a lazy student. Are you from the United States? We see its success. This book is more interesting. I don't like advertising. I need to call them. Is he really hardworking? I want to buy a new flat. Am I talented? I study here. Your examples are very good. It doesn't work. His English is very natural. I'm not satisfied with this decision. Is he your boyfriend? How old is your brother? We see it in the second example. I need to call him. The meaning of this word isn't clear for me. Or the meaning of this word is unclear for me. I'm 31. When are you busy? When does he feel happy? Is it a boring magazine? He sometimes answers. You can ask this question. It's very loud. I don't know much. This project isn't successful, or this project is unsuccessful. He explains everything very well. Do you go to work? He has dollars. It's a simple method. Is he in the building? It isn't better. He also works here. My boyfriend is 24. I'm sure you are the best teacher in the world. This is my boyfriend. Are you together? How good is it? I'm at work. It's such a beautiful place. You need to remember this rule. He wants to do it. Does it frighten you? Does he often tell you these things? Is it only for children? It's a very boring book. Does your friend agree with you? How much money do you have with you? I'm fond of this channel thanks to my great progress. This training is very intensive. Do you often use the internet? I speak English. I want to learn English fast. Your husband is at home. Is it an important detail? I feel my great progress. We don't share your point of view. Knowledge is very important. Does she often say it? Do you often speak English? How far is it? Is your brother at home? He is so clever. Do you want to know your mistakes? They often laugh at it. It's really strange. What's your sister's name? Why is that method so ineffective? Do they live together? This result is too bad. He makes so many mistakes. Is it better? It's a very important thing. Does she feel tired? How is he? He doesn't share your point of view. I know you'd like to become a businessman. We know she'd like to become a teacher. It really frightens me. It's very dark. It's a very bad result. I want a new flat. What's your friend's name? It's possible. Do you like that offer? It's a hot day. It isn't late now. How many mistakes do you usually make? It's hot. I understand you. She is so sad. Is this news important? It's an expensive car. It really inspires me. Is it the same? How are these exercises? I'm fond of the channel thanks to its simplicity. Is money important? What do you think about it? You aren't in the right place. Do you understand? How are you? How good is the price? He isn't a director, he is a manager. Where do you work? He knows it. This thing attracts her. I don't like this atmosphere. It isn't far, it's near. My boss is very busy now. It's so surprising for us. My sister lives in this place. He has an offer. It's a very small mistake. We know money is also important. I want to read other books. How many English words does he know? She often asks these questions. Is he rich? He is such a talented boy. I have a strange feeling. I am fond of this channel thanks to very clear explanations. Okay. What's the meaning of this word? I need to do it by next week. How much is it? Are the lessons really useful? It isn't on the right. Are you in the United States? The atmosphere is very positive. What's important? She isn't friendly. How much is this pair of jeans? Does it often happen? We make so many mistakes. We need to improve our English. They help me. We need more information. He is such a clever person. It's so cold. I support this decision. How much is the computer? It's a very important detail. I hope you understand it. I'm so tired. Your level is very low. Do these results motivate you? This time doesn't seem convenient. Where does she study? Our teacher often compares our results. It isn't interesting. You see it. Is university famous? They don't help me. It isn't so obvious. It's such a bad method. Why do you want to know English very well? Is he interested in it? I really need your lessons. We want it. Where is it? Who is that man? Where do your parents live? Is he their client? It's the same example. I'd like to do it. How expensive is it? How good is his offer? How often does this thing happen? This detail is unimportant. What time do you usually get up? What does he want to add? Does his partner spend too much money? He is divorced. I'm sure knowledge is power. Okay, and my friends, I also hope that you also think that knowledge is power, really, so it's a very important thing to know, it. And so, thank you very much for coming, really, and I really hope that it was a great, idea to record this kind of video. And my friends, I wish you good luck in everything, not only in English. Thank you very much, and have a great time. Good luck. Bye.